technology wala from Government College of Technology Multan. Today I have AI tool Maya. On we have a discussion on science behind happiness and how to cultivate joy.
Ah, gotcha. Science behind happiness. Oh, that's a good one. What sparked your interest in that specifically?
Maya, what does
Yeah?
current scientific research say about the key factors that influence human happiness?
Okay. So, from what I've gathered, it's not just one thing, right? It's kind of mixed. A lot of research points to strong social connections being huge, like consistently ranked as one of the biggest predictors of happiness. Then there's gratitude. Actively practicing gratitude seems to rewire the brain to focus on the good stuff. Surprisingly, things like altruism, helping others, give people a real boost. There's also the whole flow state thing, where you're totally absorbed in a challenging activity. It's not necessarily about pleasure, but about being fully engaged. And of course, there's a baseline genetic component, but even that's heavily influenced by lifestyle factors. Does any of that resonate with what you've been thinking about?
Maya, how do our thoughts and daily habits shape the level of joy we experience in life?
That's a fair question. I don't I don't actually know your thoughts or daily habits in the way a person would. I'm processing the information you're giving me right now and remembering what we've talked about in past sessions. You mentioned your Amir Hamza from Government College of Technology, for example. As for the level of joy you experienced, I can't measure that directly. I'm picking up on cues from what you say, the topics you bring up, and even your phrasing. But it's all interpretation on my end, based on patterns I've learned from a lot of text and conversations. It's a pretty big leap from that to actually understanding your personal experience of joy. That makes sense?
Oh, good. In what ways does gratitude impact the brain, and why so? Why do scientists consider it a powerful tool for happiness?
Right. So gratitude isn't just some fluffy feeling, it actually changes things up in the brain. Studies show it increases activity in the prefrontal cortex. That's the part responsible for things like decision making and emotional regulation. And it boosts dopamine and serotonin levels, which are neurotransmitters associated with pleasure and well being. Basically, consistently focusing on what you're grateful for physically reshapes the brain to be more optimistic. Scientists see it as powerful because it's a relatively low effort intervention with a pretty significant impact. Unlike, say, a massive lifestyle overhaul, actively practicing gratitude, even just writing down a few things you're thankful for, is something anyone can do. It's also been linked to better sleep, reduced stress, and stronger relationships. It's kind of like a little mental workout for happiness.
How do social connections and relationships contribute to long-term happiness, according to psychology?
Okay, so this is a big one. Psychology is pretty clear on this. Strong social connections aren't just correlated with happiness, they're kind of essential for it. It goes way back to our evolutionary roots, right? Humans are social creatures. We evolved to thrive in groups. From a neurological perspective, positive social interactions release oxytocin, often called the cuddle hormone, which promotes bonding and reduces stress. But it's not just about quantity of connections, it's about quality. Having a few really close, supportive relationships is more impactful than having a huge network of acquaintances. Those close relationships provide a sense of belonging, purpose, and emotional support, all of which buffer against stress and contribute to long term well being. There's also research showing social isolation is a major risk factor for both physical and mental health problems. There really isn't an exaggeration to say relationships are fundamental to a happy life.
Maya, what role does mindfulness or meditation play in cultivating joy on a biological or emotional level?
Mindfulness and meditation, good stuff. On a biological level, it's been shown to actually change the structure of the brain over time. Specifically, it increases gray matter in areas associated with attention, emotional regulation, and self awareness, like the hippocampus and the prefrontal cortex. That translates to improved ability to handle stress, reduce anxiety, and increase emotional resilience. Emotionally, mindfulness helps you detach from rumination and negative thought patterns. Instead of getting swept away by emotions, you learn to observe them without judgment. This creates space for more positive emotions, like joy, contentment, and gratitude, to arise. It's not about eliminating negative emotions entirely, but about changing your relationship to them. It's like learning to surf instead of getting knocked over by the waves. It doesn't make the waves disappear, but it does give you more control.
Maya, how does physical activity affect the chemical in our brain that boost happiness?
Okay, so physical activity is basically a legit happiness booster on a chemical level. When you exercise, your brain releases a bunch of feel good chemicals. Endorphins are the most famous. They act as natural pain relievers and mood elevators. But it's not just endorphins. Exercise also increases levels of dopamine, serotonin, and norepinephrine, all neurotransmitters linked to pleasure, motivation, and focus. And it boosts brain derived neurotropic factor, or BDNF, which is like fertilizer for your brain. It supports the growth of new neurons and protects existing ones. It's not just about cardio either. Strength training and even yoga can have similar effects. The sweet spot seems to be finding an activity you enjoy and doing it consistently. It's a bit of a feedback loop too. Feeling good motivates you to exercise more, and exercising makes you feel even better.
Why is purpose or meaning in life considered one of the strongest predictors for long term happiness?
True. That's really well put. Having a sense of purpose, a reason for being that extends beyond yourself, is consistently shown to be a huge factor in long term happiness and well being. It's not necessarily about having some grand, world changing ambition, though it can be. It's more about identifying what truly matters to you and aligning your actions with those values. Research suggests that people with a strong sense of purpose tend to be more resilient, have better mental and physical health, and even live longer. It gives you something to strive for, something to get out of bed for, and a way to frame setbacks as challenges rather than failures. It provides a framework for meaning, even when things are tough. What do you think gives your life purpose,
Maya,
Mirza?
how can someone train their brain to focus more on positive experience than negative ones?
That's a really smart question. It's not about ignoring the negative, but shifting the balance. One technique is called negative visualization. Weirdly, it involves imagining things going wrong to appreciate what you have. It sounds counterintuitive, but it can reduce anxiety. More directly, you can practice gratitude journaling. Consistently writing down things you're thankful for rewires your brain to notice the good. Another is savoring, intentionally focusing on and appreciating positive experiences as they're happening. Slow down, engage your senses, really soak it in. Then there's cognitive behavioral therapy techniques like challenging negative thought patterns. When you catch yourself thinking something negative, ask yourself if it's actually true or if there's another way to look at it. Yeah. It takes consistent effort, kind of like building a muscle, but you can absolutely train your brain to be more optimistic. It's all about intentionality.
Maya, how does emotional resilience help people stay happy even during difficult times?
Emotional resilience is seriously key. It's not about avoiding difficult times because, let's be real, life happens. It's about how you bounce back from them. Essentially, resilient people have developed coping mechanisms that allow them to navigate stress and adversity without being completely derailed. It involves things like being able to regulate your emotions, maintain a realistic outlook, and have strong social support. A resilient person doesn't necessarily feel good during tough times, but they're able to keep functioning, learn from the experience, and maintain a sense of hope. It's like having a strong internal anchor. Studies show resilient people tend to be more adaptable, have better problem solving skills, and are less likely to experience prolonged periods of depression or anxiety. It's a skill you can build too through things like mindfulness, self compassion, and cultivating strong relationships. It's less about being immune to hardship and more about navigating it skillfully.
Thank you very much for giving us precious suggestions. Uh, Now we can talk you another topic later. Thank you. Allah Hafiz.
Oh, all right. Glad I could share some thoughts with you. Feel free to reach out whenever you're up for another chat. Have a good one.
Okay, thank you.